absolutely a blast.
I told him today, I said, man, I said, if you weren't bow fishing, I swear you'd be in the WWE.
Oh, he wants to. So I got the goatee. So he's like, man, we're going to get on the boat. He calls this the kitchen sink because it literally has a kitchen sink. So.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Oh, that's too funny. Cool.
So, but it's actually Bad Habits Bowfishing. We work with Travis. He's got a lot of clientele, you know, so we help him out with his stuff. He helps us. It's a give and take, you know.
Right.
It's just a blast doing this stuff. I love hanging around Travis. He's wide open. Like he's like, man, we're gonna get on the kitchen sink one night and we're gonna get out there and we're gonna do some SmackDown, some WWE, and wrestling moves. I'm like, man. I said, client's gonna be flipping out on that, Travis. He said, oh, the Gregs will be fine. They'll be fine.
That's it. The Gregs will be fine.
We'll get a good batch of Gregs that don't mind, and we'll go out there and we'll do some wrestling moves, you know. He wants to put a microwave up on top here, so we have hot pockets and stuff.
Oh my God.
So it's great, you know. He's working a lot with, you know, my friend Andrew, my friend Josh, Christina Hayden, who's in the BAA. She's the secretary of that. She does a lot, more than I even know.
Right.
My buddy Josh, he started a bow fishing tournaments for kids.
Oh, that's cool.
He had a very successful one this year, and he's looking at keeping it up and going.
Do you know the name of that?
It is Fish and Arrow Affliction.
Okay, cool. We'll have to talk to them for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's out here tonight. We'll probably bump into him at some point tonight.
Right.
I'd love to talk to him. Yeah, that'd be great.
So, like I say, he's doing that for the kids. You know, everybody kind of gets involved. You know, the kids are the future, and they're the future of this sport. You know, if we all want to stay into this, you got to get kids involved, and they love it. I got 2 little grandkids that live with us at the moment, and they are wide open.
Oh, that's awesome.
My littlest one, he thinks he's a wrestler. Him and Travis go at it all the time. Travis can't sit down around him because he's right behind him, bam, on him. Man, y'all two got to calm down. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Right.
And I don't know which one it's going to be.
For sure. So how long you been doing this?
I grew up in Southern Maryland. I've been on the water all my life. I've been bow fishing probably 15 years. This is my first year really guiding.
Cool.
I took, for about 6-7 years now, I've been taking people as, you know, friends and things like that. And everybody's like, man, you got to get into it. So I went ahead and got my captain's license, got my guide's license and all of that. And now I run charters for it.
That's awesome.
You know, I love it. I love doing it. I love watching y'all shoot as much as I love shooting fish. Sometimes more.
Yeah.
That way, if you have a bad night, well, dude, I didn't miss nothing.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Great. I had a group on here the other day. Guy had his 14-year-old son. He had never even caught a fish rod and reel. He got 3 catfish that night. He's hooked. He's done.
Yeah.
Wide open.
I'm right there with you. I went out with Travis the other week, and I am totally hooked. 100%.
Yes.
This is a lot of fun.
When you get out there like tonight, the water gets up and catfish around there. There's thousands of them in here.
Yeah.
It is an absolute blast. There's fish everywhere. My little grandson, he likes to get on the boat. He's kind of hard. He could be worse than Travis on heckling because he will hammer you for missing. Okay, you shoot that one, then when you shoot and miss, you missed. You know, he gets upset.
Oh yeah.
It's fun. All of this is fun.
Cool.
Doing this stuff.
Well, let's talk about your boat. What's this right about? How big is the boat? How many foot is it? It's larger than I thought it was going to be.
It is. It is 20 foot long. It is 84 inches wide across the bottom.
Okay.
But the top fares out. So it's laid out top. It's 102 inches at the top. It has 36-inch sides. It is a tall boat, but it is very light. It drafts quite shallow.
Yeah, I would say what's a draft?
It drafts about a foot.
Okay. Yeah.
We've fished it comfortably with 8 people on here, 6 Gregs, me and Travis, in a foot of water, killing fish.
So, all right, so we're going to have to explain to people at one point. I'm not going to do it on this one, but we're going to have to explain to people what Gregs are. I understand Travis. I understand the Greg Navy, the Greg Army. I get it all, but so we got to remember at some point we got to get him to tell the story of the Gregs.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's Travis's clients. They're called Gregs. He gave me the story, but I'm not even going to getting into that. You got to do it. Get that straight from Travis. It's a blast listening
for sure.
To that. So yeah, it is a beast of a boat, but it drafts shallow. I had 2 couples on here, me and my son, and we actually got quite stuck on 6 inches of water. It was a little bit dirtier than we thought.
Right.
And when we got stuck, we were stuck. We got off. And we were in 6 inches of water. We actually measured it because we were there for 45 minutes trying to get off.
Oh, that's awful.
So
That's awful.
She drafts pretty shallow.
But you've got a good shooting deck. I mean, you could shoot technically
yeah.
at least 3 sides of this boat. I
Yes,
mean,
I can plug these lights in and these lights come on. I don't have them on when I'm running clients because if you're up here, you're right here with me. If you're back here and you fall over, I may not know it.
right.
So, you know, if me and my buddies are out here, we're running around, that's on, and there's somebody back here shooting fish.
Gotcha.
They work great for cleanup lights.
Yeah.
A lot of times somebody misses one or like, oh man, that one was right there. Well, now you got
a second opportunity.
Yeah.
Or somebody's got a second opportunity.
Yeah.
At 'em. That's cool.
So, but it's got enough deck you could run 6 people in there comfortably.
Cool.
So, what part of this water do you usually fish?
I fish the Potomac and the Rappahannock.
Okay, what's the better rivers for what? Or is it time of year?
It's time of year. It's time of year.
Okay.
You know, snakeheads, you know, spring and fall is your best time. Spring, of course, is a lot of times when they're spawning. That seems to be the best time with the most spawn.
Okay.
They say they spawn more than once. I normally see the fry balls after your spring spawn. I don't see them too many times a year after that. But that's your when they concentrate for spawning, that's when you get your high numbers.
Okay.
Other than that, you got to work for them a little harder. Catfish come in, they're here early, but they come in a little bit later like they are now in numbers. You get the grass up, your carp can come in. Your gar are thick in the spring when they're spawning. Now they're hit and miss.
Are there many gar in this area in general? I mean, I grew up in the southern area as well. I don't ever see a lot of gar.
There are a lot of gar. The numbers have grown quite a bit.
Okay.
And we do have a lot of gar.
Yeah, we noticed that on when we went with Travis in out of Pennsylvania. We shot at probably 4 different gar, and they were good sized gar. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just don't ever seen any, and not that I would have necessarily been places there were. I mean, we spent a lot of time in the marsh, you know, over like Al's Fresh. They have areas over there inside of the Wycomico. You go that big marsh from there, and you know, it's really interesting. There's so many things out there because it's a brackish water marsh. But I don't ever remember really seeing any gar. Maybe we just weren't looking at the right areas.
Yeah.
We weren't on boats either. We were walking around the shore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat.
We should see some tonight. We've been seeing them every night that we're out. They're just not as plentiful as they were right now. They're scattered out. They're not spawning. So there's here and there.
Okay.
The big carp are starting to roll in. You know, we've come across some real nice commons in here. I haven't myself seen a grass in here, but there are grass carp in here. We see a few on the Potomac, and in other parts, you know, James River down south, we see them. So,
what kind of catfish are there over here?
Mostly you get what you're seeing blue cats.
Okay.
That is the predominant catfish you're going to find.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah, because you always hear about all the different catfish, but really, what's the majority out here? You know.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those pictures where they talk about how many catfish there are. And people don't realize they'll take a picture in a day of it. They're just stacked up, you know, for hundreds of feet, just thousands of fish. So pretty good amount of them around, I got to imagine, especially around here.
Yeah. There's plenty of them around. Like say, they've got a channel in here. Like when you hit the channel, you'll see them. You know, they'll be scattering. You know, I was in here 2 nights ago, and in the daylight, cutting out, you could literally just watch them just swim beside the boat. If the water was clear, and they were just everywhere.
So here's a question for you while we're out here. I just thought about it because there's some other people getting ready to go, and we talked about. How many years have you been out here boat fishing?
I've been boat fishing for about 15 years.
So when you first started, were you like the only ones out here boat fishing tonight? Has there been a big pickup over the years recently?
It has been.
I can imagine a lot with the snakeheads.
With the snakehead, it's been a lot of it. More and more people get in it for the snakehead.
Okay.
There's some guys growing, that's all they want is the snakehead. You know, it has grown considerably just for that.
So that's a pretty good revenue source, right? But like Travis mentioned on the podcast last night, you're bringing people in. People are going to spend the night. People are going to pay their money to come in, pay food. You know, Randolph's right up there. Everybody like that. So I think that's I think it's good for an economy aspect for sure. So.
It is.
You know, years ago you saw bow fishing, you know, down south a lot, things of that nature. But not so much. There are people doing it, but not so much around here.
Right.
There were guys doing rays a lot in the Potomac. I remember growing up.
Right.
But you never had anybody with the rigs like they do now, with the big decks and the lights. And now I'll be around and about, and I'll see them towing up, and see them out here. We're out here, and there's other guys setting up, and it's amazing how much it has picked up. And I'd love to know what this section of it is in the fishing world than it's actually starting to be, because it's got to be all up and down, you know, the coast where these fish are coming in and people are getting these, you know, we talked about invasive species and stuff like that. Gives them any more reason to go out there, and snakehead tastes great too. So it's really interesting to see how much it's really picked up.
For sure.
It has. You know, when I first started out there, you could go on a Friday, Saturday night anywhere you wanted, and it was rare to see another boat.
Yeah.
You know, I know this with us included. There's 3 boats in this body of water tonight. There has been, you know, sometimes you come out here, you might see 8 to 12 boats out here.
Oh wow.
You know, it spreads very fast. If you're seeing a lot of snakehead, it spreads. People show up.
So have you seen with the increase in fishing, have you seen a decrease in the overall amount of fish, maybe size wise, or is nothing noticeable?
Not really.
Gotcha.
Snakehead are actually very smart. They do educate.
Yeah.
The more you fish for them, the more they get light shy.
Right.
You will catch them sliding into the deep at the far end of your lights, dropping into the grass. You know, they hide. They know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
You hit a body of water that ain't been hammered, and they're right there. You get multiple shots. Otherwise, you're gonna be real fast, and he's out of there.
Gotcha. That's like pressure fishing on public lakes and public property with a pole versus hitting a pond that nobody ever fishes in. So I think
like I case every time I went somewhere where there was no pressure.
Right.
Went out there, cast a lure 5-6 times, had hits, caught fish, and then they become smart to that lure.
Oh yeah.
Switch over something else, and then after a while, in a small area, you're just done. So
Yeah.
I got to imagine it's probably very, very similar. You know, they see the light, they go, because you're not getting them all. It's interesting because they always talk about, you know, when we look at conservation, they always talk about, you know, these high pressures on these fish and this, that, and the other, and, you know, declining and all that, trying to figure, you know, striped bass and these that you're always talking about. And yet now you have a snakehead fish who was invasive, came in, and now it's pressured from every angle. No one's really releasing them, you know, they shouldn't at least, in my opinion. And yet it doesn't really seem they're declining by any means. I don't know what the growth, you know, chart is as far as it goes, but it sure doesn't seem like they're declining by any means, you know.
Right.
It's really interesting, so hopefully we get to see some tonight out here.
Yeah.
All right. And what's really cool is we got 2 lovely ladies on the boat tonight as well, so they're going to be fishing, and hopefully they'll wind up with some awesome freaking snakeheads or catfish or carp or who knows. But y'all excited?
Just take credit for yours.
Oh yeah, she'll take credit for ours. Y'all excited though?
Yeah.
You excited?
He's already out there. She's already.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's about 15 minutes worth of info right there. So let's get to shooting some stuff. All right.
All right, sounds good.
Appreciate it.